Hi, my name is Navjot Singh and I'm going to talk about one of the most important element which will help you in creating realistic textures, building awesome environments and storytelling. Yes, it's called weathering. As the name says, it is effect of nature on objects placed in its respective environment. In more simple words, as the time passes and nature takes its course, any object or prop placed in its environment starts becoming a part of it. Look at the ship. It has a lot of rust on it, which tells that she has been abandoned by her crew. It also has a lot of corrosion going on. Seems like the salt water have almost dissolved the hull. On the deck, we can see decals like graffiti. With the help of elements such as dirt, scratches, decals, splashes, leak, rust, and many others, we can make weathering happen to our 3D assets through adding these in textures. Also, it tells you the story of the object. For example, look at this render. We see a G-Wagon almost buried in the sand, but it got no weathering effect. So even though the vehicle might look shiny and good, it does not seem to be a part of the environment. It got no story. For a change, look at this image. A beautiful classic car standing in a parking lot. This vehicle has weathering to it. Look closely. Underneath the car, we see the asphalt is dry and around the vehicle it's wet, which means it was raining few moments ago. Look at the tires. They have dirt on it. It tells us that this vehicle is used often and is in running condition. At bumper, it have water splash and various kind of surface imperfection. Above the tire, the body looks rusted, which is normal for a vehicle this old. You see now how weathering affects the appeal. The object becomes part of the environment and it has its own story. Now, we can always go beyond and add even more weathering to our scene, but make sure to keep it logical. I was playing this game called 7 Days to Die and I noticed something weird about this car. The entire car is rusted except for the rims. They look brand new. Also, why does the mirror and bumper have rust on it? Aren't they made up of plastic? This makes no sense. Let me show you weathering in one of the live animation project which I am working on. Look at the statue. I have added variation to its texture, such as dirt, moss, scratches, and due to these elements, the look of the statue is appealing. Instead of going through the trouble of creating my own texture, if I had just dragged and dropped a random texture from the Blender kit, it would have not looked good. Always look out for the references first and then start creating texture. You will find what you're looking for most of the time on the internet, and if you don't, just go outside and find it yourself. Reference make work a lot easier. Let me give you a live example. I am going to create game ready 3D asset of a rock, and for that I went outside, found a rock which I liked and took a picture of it to use it as a reference. Then I started sculpting it in ZBrush. Rocks have various shapes and sizes, so the shape and size could be whatever we like, as long as the texture is good. Once I was done with sculpting, I imported this in Substance with its normal map. I went back to my reference image and separated the elements to know what I need in my texture. These are the various elements that I found in my reference image: bird poop, grunge, bumps, small and big, many variation in color, dirt. Now I started to add all those elements in my texture. After a while, when I was done with texturing, I imported this in Blender, created a little scene, and this is the final result. I hope this video was useful to you. Also, I've got a Discord channel which you can join. The link is down in the description. Bye.